My first trip to Mecca. Ladies and gentlemen, I still got paid from a Mecca today. This was my first visit to Mecca. I'd like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early to sign in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. To know, practice my perfect. Next time I record, I won't fail of it at all. Ladies and gentlemen, as a part from today, this was my first American Island cruise about the trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got up early to in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I fell in love, but I still talk people. They were friendly and helpful. I had the rest of innocent American people. This was the time I had to into life. Mine is not perfect, but I survived. The more I seen it, they became. I'm still working very hard on mine. So now, practice my perfect. Next time I record, I won't feel nervous at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got paid from America. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got paid from America today. This was my first visit to America. I'd like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early design in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. To know, practice make perfect. Next time I make her, I won't feel nervous at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I say goodbye from America today. This was my first America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was in the effect. I got only to in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met interesting people. I felt nervous, but I still talked to people. They were friendly and helpful. I had a great import investment in America. This trip was the first time I had to English in life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I did it became, I'm super very hard on my English. So now, practice my perfect. Next time I go to work, I won't feel this at all. I had a great first impression of the American people. The easier it became. The easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, I still got pie from America today. This was my first trip. Visit America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early to shine in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. To know, practice make perfect. Next time I record, I won't feel nervous at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I think goodbye for America today. This was my first America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got oriented in the park. I visited meeting in places. I met interesting people. I felt no movement, but I still talked people. They were very helpful. I had a great influence in American people. This was the first time I had to in life. Mine is not perfect, but I survived. The more I think it came, I'm still very hard on my So you know, practice my perfect. Next time I won't feel this at all. You know, practice make perfect. Next time I make her, I won't feel this at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I still got pie from America today. This was my first visit to Mecca. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got up early to sign in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in real life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I see English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. Practice makes perfect. Next time I go make her, I won't feel this at all. Lady and gentlemen, as a wife from today, this was my first in America. I like to say it was about my first trip. Everything was in effect. I got all the science park. I visited many interesting businesses. I met interesting people. I fell in the boat. I still saw people. They were funny and helpful. I had a rest for the mission of living people. This was the first time I had in his life. Mine is not perfect, but that's right. The more I became, I still working hard on mine. Practice my perfect. Next time I won't feel this at all. I won't feel this at all. Ladies and gentlemen, the easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from America today. This was my first visit to America. And I say to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early exercise in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very funny and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. Practice makes perfect. Next time I go more to America, I won't feel this at all. Ladies and gentlemen, as a wife from today, this was my first America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was in effect. I got very sunshine in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of same people. I found the words, but I still talk people. They were friendly and helpful. I had a great impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to in life. My nature not perfect, but that's right. The more I think that they became, I'm to convey homage. Sooner, practice my verb. Next time, America, I won't feel this at all. The easier became, the easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from America today. This was my first America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early that sign in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very, very helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. Practice makes perfect. Next time I will call, I won't feel this at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I took my from today. This was my first America. And I said it was about my first trip. Everything was in no effect. I got very sunshine in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I found the world, but I still talk to people. They were very helpful. I had regrets in listening to American people. This was the first time I had to in life. Mine is not perfect, but I survived. The more I think it became, I feel very hard on my niche. Practice my time I was called. I wouldn't feel this at all. Practice make perfect. Next time I go to Mecca, I won't finish The more I finish, the easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from America today. This was first visit Mecca. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got up early to exercise in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. Practice makes perfect. Next time I wake up, I won't feel this at all. Ladies and gentlemen, my from today. This was my first trip in America. I like to say a few about first trip. Everything was in effect. I was already inside the park. Everything many intimated. I met the people. I felt nervous, but suitable. They were very helpful. I had a restful impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had seen in life. Mine is for number 5 by smart. The more urgent it became, after working hard on many, sooner brighter my moment. Next time, I won't feel this at all. Uh, the easier it became, the easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from a maker yesterday. This was my first visit to Mecca. I like to say it was about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got up early just time in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. You know, practice my perfect. Next time I will call, I won't finish at all. Ladies and gentlemen, as my from today, this was my first visit to Mecca. I like to say a few words about worship. Everything was in effect. I got already touched in the back. Everything mentioned in places. I met interesting people. I felt nervous, but I still trembled. They were very helpful. I had a great first impression of Indian people. This trip was the first time I in Indian life. Many come but that's right. The more I think it became, I feel working for how many. So now, but my perfect. Next time, America, I won't finish at all. The more I knew English, the easier it became. The easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, as I got pie from America yesterday, this was my first visit to America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early yesterday in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in my life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. You know, practice make perfect. Next time I will call, I won't finish at all. The easier became. Ladies and gentlemen, as my friend Michael, this was my first America today. I like to go to my first trip. Everything was in fact. I got early in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met interesting people. I feel nervous, but I still people. They were very helpful. I had a rush for impression of the people. This was the first time I had it in his life. Mine got perfect last night. The more I think it became, I feel really hard on my energy. To know, but to make perfect. Next time I won't finish at all. Ladies and gentlemen, the easier it became, the easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from America today. This was my first visit to Mecca. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got up early and started in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. You know, practice make perfect. Next time I won't finish at all. Lady and some as my from America today. This was my first in America. I like to records about records of my friendship. Everything was in effect. I got already in the park. I visited many places. I met a little people. I felt nervous, but I still took. They were very helpful. I had a rest for the medicine in the people. This was the first time I had to in his life. Mine is going to but last night. The more I think it became, I have to work hard on my English. To know, practice make of it. Next time I won't feel of it at all. I wouldn't feel nervous at all. The more I do English, the easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, as you got pie from America today, this was my first visit to America. I'd like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early that side in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt only nervous, but I still talked to people. They were friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm working very hard on my English. You know, practice makes perfect. Next time I'm worker, I won't fluent at all. Lady and gentlemen, as my program today, this was my first video maker, and I said it was about friendship. Everything was in effect. I got early saying back. I visited many Instagram places. I met new people. I fell in love, but I still talk. They were very helpful. I had a rest in first impression of the American people. This was the first time I had to in life. Mine is more perfect, but I survived. The more I did, it became. I to work hard on manage. You know, brush me perfect. Next time I go to, I won't feel at all. Next time I go to America, I won't finish at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from America today. This was my first visit to America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got up early that night in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I've been working very hard on my English. You know, practice makes perfect. Next time I won't feel nervous at all. Lady and some answer from me today. This was my first America. I like to say a few words about my trip. Everything was in effect. I got already stay in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a little nervous. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very helpful. I had a great immersion in American people. This was the first time I had to do anything in life. Mine is not perfect, but I survived. The more I it became, I took working hard on manage. You know, brushing my perfect. Next time I won't feel this at all. Next time I will take her, I won't feel it at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from America today. This was my first visit to America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got up early that night in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very, very helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This was the first time I had to do anything in life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. You know, practice makes perfect. Next time I work, I won't finish at all. Lady and gentlemen, as my from today, this was my first maker. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was in effect. I got ready to in the park. I visited many places. I met a lot of interesting people. I fell in love, but I still people. They were friendly helpful. I had a great impression of American people. This was the first time I had to do anything in life. Mine is not but best match. The more they became, after working hard on minutes, to know practice make perfect. Next time I won't feel it at all. The more I do it, the easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from America today. This was my first visit to America. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early that night in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This was the first time I had to do anything in life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. Practice makes perfect. Next time, maker, I won't feel nervous at all. Lady and gentlemen, I took a bite from Mr. Today. They were my favorite maker. I like to say it was bound for cheap. Everything was in effect. I already in the back. I was many interesting places. Many people. I found road, but I still blow. They were helpful. I had rest of immersion of the American door. This was the first time I entered in life. Many got perfect, but I tried. The mind became after we had amazing. She now breath my birth. Next time I go because I won't finish at all. They were very helpful. I had a grateful impression of the American people. Of the. Ladies and gentlemen, as you got pie from America today, this was my first visit to Mecca. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early that time in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very helpful. I had a great formation of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm working very hard on my English. Practice makes perfect. Next time I recur, I won't finish at all. Lady and gentlemen, as my promise say, they were my first anchor, and as it was about friendship. Everything was in effect. I was always in the park. I was meeting bases. I met the people. They fell in words, but I still remember. They were very helpful. I had a respect immersion of the people. This was the first time I had in life. Mine is one perfect, but I survived. The more I said it became, after working hard on my English, she now brought it my perfect. Next time I recur, I won't finish at all. I won't finish at all. Ladies and gentlemen, the easier became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from a Mecca today. This was my first visit to Mecca. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got really excited in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very helpful. I had wasteful impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm working very hard on my English. Practice makes perfect. Next time I wake up, I won't finish at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a bite from Mexico today. This was my first maker anchor. I like to record about my trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got only time in the park. I've been many eating places. I met eating people. I feel on the road, but I still good. They were very helpful. I had rich immersion of the American world. This trip was the first time I had in my life. Mine is not perfect, but I survived. The more intimate became, I worked very hard on my niche. Practice makes perfect. Next time I make her, I won't feel this at all. Ladies and gentlemen, the easier became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from a maker today. This was my first visit to Mecca. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early inside in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very helpful. I had restful impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in the life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. Practice makes perfect. Next time I will make her, I won't finish at all. Lady and some as my from Mexico today. This was my favorite to Baker. I like to awkward about worship. Everything was in effect. I got always inside in the park. I visited many intimacies. I met some people. I fell in the boat, but I still took the They were very helpful. I have worst embracing in boat. This was the first time I took any life. Mine is one perfect as right. The more it became, after working on minutes, practice make perfect. Next time I won't finish at all. I won't finish at all. Ladies and gentlemen, the easier it became. The easier it became. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from a maker today. This was my favorite maker. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got up early to sign in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had raised the impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. You know, practice makes perfect. Next time I make her, I won't finish at all. Lady and gentlemen, I took my from maker today. This was my favorite maker. I like to say briefly about friendship. Everything was new and fresh. I got already sat in the park. I visited many intimidated. I met little interesting people. I experienced most bad people. They were wonderful. I have raised imitation of American people. This was the first time I turned into life. Many got perfect best right. The more everything came, and people will have omelets, you know, bright paper perfect. Next time I won't finish at all. Next time I go to maker, I won't finish at all. The easier became the easier. Ladies and gentlemen, I got pie from a maker today. This was my favorite shoemaker. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early to sign in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had read first impression of the American people. This trip was the first time I had to do English in life. My English was not perfect, but I smiled. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. You know, practice makes perfect. Next time I make her, I won't finish at all. Lady and gentlemen, I took a bite from maker today. They were my favorite maker. I like to say a few words about my friendship. Everything was in fact. I already just in the park. I was mean eating people blessed. I met meeting people. I fell in the world, but I still trouble. They were very helpful. I had words in people. Literally the first time I entered in this life. Many children perfect restaurant. The more they came, after we had amazing it. You know, bread to make perfect. Next time I wake up, I won't finish at all. The more I do in it, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. Sooner brought to make perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a pie from a maker today. This was my favorite maker. I like to say a few words about my first trip. Everything was new and fresh. I got early inside in the park. I visited many interesting places. I met a lot of interesting people. I felt a little nervous, but I still talked to people. They were very friendly and helpful. I had a great first impression of the American people. This trip was the time I had to do English in real life. My English was not perfect, but I survived. The more I do English, the easier it became. I'm still working very hard on my English. You know, practice makes perfect. Next time I work, I won't finish at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I took a bite from America today. This was my favorite America. I like to say a bit about friendship. Everything was in fact. I always said in the park. I visited many Italian places. I met other Indian people. I fell in love with that street people. They were friendly and helpful. I had a waste for immersion of the American people. This was the first time I entered in this life. My English was perfect, but that's right. The more I became, after we had on my English. So you know, bracket my perfect. Next time I will make her, I won't finish at all.